Hey, you. Knock it off. I'm going to have a good week. Well, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, how the heck are you? Hey, you. Wait a minute. I'm running the. Knock it off. I'm running the thing over here. Let's turn the sound off. There we are. There we are. Okay. Well, I'm going to pick up from where I left off last week. Calling this project KerViking because I couldn't think of any better way to screw up the name. What I'm trying to do at this point, there we are. Look at that. Start. I think I'll resume the save stuff I had when I was screwing around, but I'll rebuild stuff from the ground up. There we go. Okay. Anyway, I was thinking of doing some experimenting with stuff and fooling around trying to figure out what works, this, that, and the other stuff. And do it under the guise of historical programs. This one is Project Viking. Let me get over here. This is a sounding rocket project that was run by the Naval Research Laboratory back from 1949 to 1955. Basically taking off from where the Army left off with the captured B-2s at White Sands. And Viking actually got a lot done. A lot of upper atmospheric research. And they actually launched from the deck of a naval vessel. Viking 4 launched from the deck of the Northern Sound. But here, I'm just screwing around with trying to get an idea of how things are working. And I'm going into the sandbox now. Rather than the training missions. And let's see what we've got going over here. There we are. Hi everybody. Glad to see you here. I hope you don't get too bored. This is going to be a lot of trial and error here. Is basically what's going on. It's getting dark, but what the heck. Doesn't matter to me much. I'm just going to step into the vehicle assembly building. And I'm going to take the view to there. There we are. Now, the way the game has things starting up and the way an actual program would start up are not quite the same. I mean, the game has you going right into sending people up, and no matter who it was that was doing the stuff, they knew that. Turn that down a little bit. Little one, what are you up to? they knew that you didn't want to throw people up into the air aboard a bomb that could very likely explode, and often did, and take them out in the whole bit. So what we will do is try to see how to screw around with unmanned stuffsels. Now, I was looking around here. You've got to have at least one of these pods in order to fly at all. So, what we want is something that'll take our commands from the ground and do what it does, and hopefully do it reasonably well. Now, I've done some work already, and what I found were these remote guidance units. Now we go by size here. This one is the right size for what we've been working with in those training scenarios. Hey, Skeptic Mafia, how you doing, honey? You're learning Python. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I haven't got around to that yet. I suppose I'll have to at some point. But not yet. Alright, so now what do we have? This is allegedly going to receive our guidance and control commands. And it's got enough battery to last a little while. So I don't have to add any more electric power. This particular little thing over here was something I played with the first time I was working with the game. Trouble with it is the aerodynamics are horrible. This game is a stickler for aerodynamics in its own way, but it doesn't allow you to work with that on what you're building. When you build things, they go together and they're not very good and everything else. So what I'll do is I'll just stay over here. But I do want some aerodynamics. So what I'm going to look for is a nose cone. Later, I'm going to look for a payload shroud. But right now, this advanced nose cone thingy-do ought to get me, I hope, where I want to go. So we'll just drop that on there. And look at that. We've got something that's starting to look like something that'll fly. Now, in the training scenario, they had us build something that would get off the ground. They had us use tiny fuel tanks, these guys. Thing is, you can stack fewer and still get where you need to go if you size up a little bit. So if I remember correctly, this is the size that'll get us more or less where we want to go. And I'm going to set up another one. So I'm just going to try, I'm going to try 2 fuel tanks. There we go. Bye-bye, bot. We're going to start here and see what this does for us. Now, in the training scenarios, they had us building with fins. So I'll give a basic fin a try. Like so. And then that engine that they had us use, I think it was called the swivel. No, not that one. There we go, there we go. Now, something they did not have us do, but really, really does come in handy over here in structural. Let's find structural. There we are. And we have over here, hey, there we go. Hold down arms. These will definitely come in handy. So the rocket does not want to tip over. I don't know where this one's going to get me because I forget. But we'll find out where it's going to get me. Because I'm going to save this as KerViking 1. Now, it's surely going to be modified because, give it a try, Mac, honey. How you doing, sweetness? Yay. There are no Kerbals harmed during this mission. As a matter of fact, this mission is unkerbled. So, yeah, we're going to take a shot at that. Now, we've saved KerViking 1. This is probably going to launch more than once because there's a lot of fine-tuning that's going to have to go on over here. So we're going to start here. We've got it hopefully saved. And let's go out to the pad. It's getting dark, but that's all right. That's all right. We're all set over here. Okay, something I did forget to do. What I'm going to do is move the engine down into stage 1, and the hold down arms will stay at stage 0. So the engine will light up, and then I'll release the hold down. And then when we fine tune, honey, will you knock it off? Huh? Will you do that, please? So when we do our fine tuning later, I'll just do that and save it along with it. But let's just see where this is going to go. Now, they had us put the throttle up to 2/3, if I remember correctly. It's just unfortunate that we don't have any numbers to work with. I really would like numbers and, you know, something a little more precise than sliders, but it's just where this is going to get us, and that's all it's going to do. Let's see what happens when we light this puppy up. Yeah, I forgot to put the attitude hold on, but happily it didn't mess up. Now, okay, yeah, we're starting to get a big slipstream going on over here. Let's see if this does what it did the last time, because last time it got a little warm. Oh, okay, no. This time it's all right. No, 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 no. I spoke too soon. Now we're getting warm. Now, we're really not going to want that. We're really not going to want this baby getting warm. Okay, but the warmth stopped. Okay, there we are. The warmth stopped at about 50 kilometers. So what we're going to do now is we're going to revert this and we're going to lay off the gas. We're going to revert to launch. There we are. Now, if you remember, we had this at about 2/3. So we're going to knock it back a notch, like so. And we are going to try to see what that does. Going to try to see how warm that gets. And the other thing we're going to do is, yeah, we haven't done the saving yet, so we're going to separate the engine and the hold down arms. Shields almost failed, damn right. So what we're trying to do now is get to a point where we're not going to do the failing stuff over here. Okay, now we're going to try to remember to do the toggling. Okay, so far so good. Oh my, where are we? Let me get over here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're looking good, pretty good. Let's do our thing. Okay, 3, 2. Let's see. Now, how about 5, 4, 3, 2. Ignition sequence. Lift off. How do you like that? Tayo Gorostu. Now remember, we kicked the throttle back a notch. Now this is 2 tanks and a 2 tanks and a swivel. I'll have to get my notebook out and write all this stuff down. We're going to need it because we're going to try to use the information we're garnering for later missions. Okay. We've got that slipstream there. Now let's see what's going to happen, if anything's going to... Okay. Yep, we're getting warm. We're getting warm, and we don't want that. We don't want to get warm. And then there's this cat who's trying to get into my desk drawer. All right, yeah, we're doing all right. So now we're going to revert again, and we're going to try to keep this guy cool. Okay, there's what I need right now. And then we have another bot. Hello, bot. And goodbye, bot. Okay, so now, just going to back out of here. Wait a minute. There we are. I guess I have to make sure the window is in focus. We're going to revert the flight. We're going to revert to launch. And, okay, we're going to do that separation of the engine and the hold down arm. There we go. Try to make sure that's done. We're going to do the toggle. We are going to... Honey, will you knock that off, please? Okay, 2 notches down now. I'm starting to write this stuff down so I don't forget. I don't want to forget what I'm doing and where I'm going with it. Okay, 2 notches down. We're okay over there. Let's do it again. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, ignition sequence, lift off. There we are. All right, let's see if we can get. Okay, it looks like we've got to our yaw. All right, and then what we're doing is really watching closely and seeing where this is. Now you see a little window that we've got over here. Now this is a mod that goes along with the game. Let's doing some predicting. Later on I'll get to, how to pick and install mods and that sort of thing. But it's predicting an apoapsis for us and a periapsis. You'll notice the periapsis is negative. That means that at this point where the engine that cut off, we would come back down. Okay, we're still getting warm. Still getting warm, and we really don't want that. And this is the work, and this is work that you really got to go through with this. The whole trial and error thing. So okay, let's revert. Revert to launch, and we're going to kick it back 3 notches now. All right, we're just going to do that. We're going to do that. All right, and then we're going to go there. Yeah, okay, and now, okay, back 3. There we are. Okay, we've got the attitude hold here, and here we go again. Yeah, we got this. We're giving it a try. It's just it's the stuff you learn from working in a lab, really. One thing at a time. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Ignition sequence, liftoff. Now you'll notice, yeah, it's noticeably slower on the liftoff. And one thing I'm trying to do here, when things got started, back Project Viking, even all the way to the Saturn V, your engines were not throttleable. I mean, the J2s could change the mixture ratio. That really wasn't the sort of throttling that we had going on here in the game. So I am trying to simulate the non-throttleable engines, by setting this throttle, giving us a thrust, and keeping it there. Okay, we might be getting somewhere here. We might be getting somewhere. Looking good, looking good. It's not getting warm, not yet. All right, it did not get warm. All right, this is where we want to be then for this particular configuration. Um, okay, one mark above 1/3. So, okay, let's just fly this to the end of mission because I feel like it. I'm going to sit here and have a sip of coffee. I really shouldn't be having all this coffee. Every mug of coffee I have is a half a kilo that has to be taken off during dialysis, and that's not my idea of a good time. But this baby is predicting a 295 kilometer apoapsis. Something else I want, that SAS, that attitude hold, requires battery power. I want to see how far into the mission we're going to get on the battery that this little thing carries with it. It's really not going to make any difference whether it has power or not, because this thing, KerViking 1 is gone. Really, I mean, once it left the ground, that was it. This was, terminal. Um, but yeah, we are getting there. Now, okay, let's just get on things I'd like to do. I would like to explore things we can do with the hardware we've got. Flying manually as much as as much as I have to. But I understand that when we get into the more complicated missions, which by the way include burning to orbit, um, we're going to have a guidance computer, and there is a hack job of a guidance computer in this game. Well, it isn't in the game; it's a mod to the game. Um, the guy who wrote the easiest thing he could, rather than the uh, most efficient thing or the most accurate thing or whatever you want. Uh, so that's one of the things that I want to work on. I want to try to learn how to pilot to orbit or pilot wherever else, to pilot to a given trajectory. Let's put it that way. And then there's this cat who wants all the attention. Attention that I can't give her because I'm not a Tom. Yeah, that's how it is. Okay, we're almost up there and we're still burning the batteries. Okay. So that's not doing too badly there. Ground elapsed time of 6:38 and the battery's still going. Not too bad, not too bad. And because it looks good so far, I'm actually going to go ahead and change it later on, but we're just going to see how this goes. I hope you don't mind VAOS or VAOS, or I don't know how you want that pronounced, but thank you for coming by the way. But I hope you don't mind that um, I'm not jumping right into the pretty stuff. Two reasons for that. Number one, I really don't know how to do the pretty stuff yet. Never really did figure that out. And there we go. We hit the upper. Oh, we burned out our batteries at more or less 7 minutes plus a little bit. Okay, so if we have a mission that's going to have to do actual work beyond 7 minutes, we're gonna need more D cells. Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So we have no attitude control now. So no big thing. I mean, this thing's gonna come back down and hit the ground, and it's gonna be over. And then we're just going to we're gonna change stuff, and then we're gonna try to fly the new one. But I like all this music from Kevin MacLeod. And then there's this cat. Yeah, this kitty who's my dear friend and companion. Don't know what I would do without her. While we're at it, in case I don't mind putting myself out here. There we go. I'm sitting here in my nightgown. Oh my. And yeah, I'll keep the little one off camera because she's getting randy here. Oh, you think? Yeah, you know what? Something else I need. Um, I need some pain reliever here because I'm not wearing my heating pad, which is something you'll see me doing on those marathon shows that Bionic Dance and I do. When we're on the air for 6 hours or whatever the hell it is. Um, she's a really great co-host. I like having her around because, yeah, we'll bicker at each other from time to time, but it's just great to talk back and forth. And I like that sort of thing. There we are. Got a couple. All I can manage to get is acetaminophen, which really doesn't touch this spinal pain, but I can't go on the street and get heroin because my kidneys have failed, and yeah, the natural opioids. Well, actually, heroin's a synthetic, but that sort of stuff doesn't work too well with the failed kidneys. Oh. Anyway, okay, so I am going to save this. Well, I'm going to make sure I have this saved as KerViking 1. And what I'm going to do is look around for a piece of fuselage that'll give me some weight without carrying fuel. Because what I've got in mind here is Kitty. This is my Sylvia. I found her out the back of my building 5 years ago. I heard me, me when I was taking out the garbage, and I looked around, and under a car parked on the street was a vaguely kitten-shaped object, but I couldn't get to this vaguely kitten-shaped object, so I went back in the apartment, and a couple days later when I was taking some more stuff out, there was this little kitten walking around on the lawn behind the building, probably about 12 weeks old. And after a little bit of, there we go, we're going. After a little bit of should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I, ran into the apartment, grabbed my last can of tuna, opened it up, brought it out. She stuffed her face into it like she hadn't eaten in a week. And for all I know, she hadn't eaten in a week. And I picked her and the tuna up. There we go. The mission of KerViking 1 is now at a successful conclusion. How do you like that? The only mission objective was to learn what kind of thrust I needed to get this thing up without barbecuing it. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to revert to the vehicle assembly building, by the way. There we are. Now, to make sure I just have this thing going over here, I'm going to do that separation of things here, and then I'm going to save. Yeah, but I guess she kind of likes it here because the door's being opened more than once, and she looks at the door, and she looks at me, she looks at the door, she looks at me, and says, hey, human, the door, it's open, you might want to close it. So, what the hell. Oh, my. All right, now, let's see what we're up to. Let's see what we're up to. That guy flew. Okay, and it was 1 notch above 1/3 for the 2 tanks and the nose cone. So now I'm going to pick this up. I said There we are. I'm going to lift that, separate that, and bring it down. And now I'm going to go looking around. I'm not trying to get into orbit yet. No. All I'm trying to do right now is figure out what I need to, hey, YouTuber, how you doing, Grudge? You got the keys. All right, that's good. I like it. Yeah, this is going to slowly morph into Kerbal, which is this version of Vanguard, which, by the way, is what Viking did in the 1950s. But what I need to do is figure out what I need in order to lift weight without burning everything up. Now I want, no, I don't want an engine itself. I want to see if I can find a fuselage here. No, looks like no. Okay, if I remember correctly, there was something they advertised as a fuel tank that did not function as a fuel tank. Okay, now this, I think this is the one that didn't feed the engine. Slow, honey, but it's getting there. I'm learning the things I need to learn. I'm going to see if this will give me some weight without feeding the engine. There we are. All right, there. Now, I've added weight, and hopefully we're not going to burn the engine any longer than we did before. So now, KerViking 2 over here. Let's see what it takes to get this off the pad without barbecuing on the way up. Piece by piece. This is the way I work. And it's nice and dark out and everything else, and there we are, and okay. Yeah, we're all right there. We've got that good stuff going. We've got all this. Yes, dear. What? See the cat? You want the attention. You want the attention I can't give you. Yeah. I don't have those parts. No. Ain't got them. Oh my, all right, now. Oh yeah, and you'll notice I put this piece of fuselage up here. Yeah, I don't want it in the way of the fuel flow to the engine, by the way. And now we're gonna put the throttle where it was. There we are, where it was before, which was 1 above 1/3. Yes, that might slow me down. And I want to find out how much it slows me down. All right, 3, 2, mission sequence. Yep. Oh, did that ever slow me down? All right then. So we're going to revert to the launch pad. Uh, 2 tanks plus 1 fuselage. And swivel. Yeah. All right. So I've got that in my notebook now. All right. We've got that over there. And oh, I know what I wanted. I wanted that. Yes. I think I might have forgot that. That was a knockout. Sure were. All right. Now, it's 2 above 1/3 now, and let's see what that does for us. Okay, it's just barely moving. Um, Now, what I want to see. You'll notice those blue areas where it says atmosphere. I want to see where it gets out of that blue. If it gets out of that blue. Okay, so it's predicting an apoapsis of 5 kilometers. What I'm trying to do is get that apoapsis out of the blue, more or less where the fuel runs out. And I'm doing this because what I want is when this becomes a multi-stage vehicle. There we go. Didn't quite make it out of the blue. When this becomes multi-stage, I want the staging to occur when we're out of that dense part of the atmosphere, and the higher velocity that I'll give the upper stage won't fry the vehicle. See how that goes. Um, what I'm trying to decide is whether I want to. Hi, Jordan. What I'm trying to do right now is determine how much thrust I need to get out of the dense atmosphere to where an upcoming second stage can take off at a higher velocity without barbecuing. Because if you remember, well, I don't know how many of you remember these things. I do because I'm old. Um, the Gemini Titan, the Apollo Saturn, those guys staged at about 40 nautical miles in altitude. And that was more or less when the denser, most of the densest atmosphere was beneath them. and then the second stage could take over and do some kick ass into orbit. I see we're on. I see we're on. Yeah, we are on our way down at this point. Okay, so what I'll just do is I'll revert, and what I'll do is I'll kick that thrust up a notch and see what it does. There we go. Okay, so that's, yeah, 2 above 1/3, so let's go up one more. Yeah, 3 above 1/3. We're okay there. See how it looks when we do what we're gonna do. And it's taken off a little faster now. Yeah, there's the darn thing. You also need, some velocity for aerodynamic stability. Okay, this thing. Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. I'm gonna go back to launch. Okay, we're just gonna go. There we are. And we're gonna toggle, and we're gonna try again. Okay, I'm not too staged at the moment. Okay, I put a jet fuselage into this thing, so it's carrying fuel I can't use, which is all right because I want the weight. All right, let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Because I'm eventually going to go to a multi-stage vehicle here. But I'm writing into my notebook the things that happen when this goes on. All right. We're doing fairly well. Okay, we're getting our pointer. Up to the edge of the blue. Okay, this looks like, yeah, all right, this looks good. This looks like a, if I turned that upper tank that I have simply for ballast now, if I turned that into a second stage, looks like we could stage right at burnout here. So that's good. I like that. And I've got that. So that's what I don't know here, though. 3 above 1/3. What I don't know is how I'm going to change the thrust unless I don't have to. Unless the weight reduction will be enough to to get me going faster. Okay. I'm just going to sit here while this thing... Yeah, we're on our way down already, so I'm just going to sit here and let it crash. Because I'm thinking about the sorts of things now that I want to do. What I think I want to do now is start with this 2-tank section as a first stage, and then swap out a second stage for this ballast that we have here. I'm hearing the rush of air. Now, what I have to remember is where to find the coupling parts and all that stuff. Yeah, one thing you'll notice about me is I'm very methodical. And yeah, it's not fun. It's not all pretty with building things to go to the moon right away. But what I'm doing is akin to well, orbit isn't my ultimate goal, but it is a goal. Yeah, and let's see what time it is. 6:58. I don't know that I'll get there today, but I think I might get one more flight off. What I need to do now is look around for the parts I need. Oh. All right. So we have the couplers in their own section now. Okay, so that looks all right. That looks pretty good. What I'll do now, all right, is pick that nose up so I can separate this lower section from the ballast, and then drop that. Next thing I'm going to do is look at the fuel tanks. Strap one on there. Testing makes perfect, absolutely. And that is what a lot of people consider the most boring part of this, an endeavor like this. But I think my personal feeling is that it's a very necessary part. I'm going to try another swivel engine here. Um, okay, and I'm going to try to go with. I'm going to try to go with the battery power I have. If I need more, I will modify the vehicle. But we'll be all right. So now I need. No, that's not going to be. No, that's not going to do it. How about a stack decoupler here? That looks like it might do it. Yeah, that's okay. All right, that's going to do it. So now let's pick this up. Just put that over there. Now, what I don't remember is, yeah, how to do this such that it gets done smoothly. I can't remember if I have the coupler and the engine in the same stage or if I have to separate them. Well, I guess that's something I'm going to have to learn. And that's what all this learning stuff is for. So there's KerViking 3. Let's drop this down a little bit. And then we're going to save. And I have no idea if this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a try, and we're going to see what happens here. All right, let's go to launch. It's been a long time since I've played this. I bought the game for myself. I gave it to me as a birthday present in 2015, and I played with it for a few years. And it's been at least 4 years since I played with this, because I have not played with this at all in the time that I've lived in this particular apartment, and that's been a bit over 4 years now. Okay. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I'm going to find out. We've got extra weight, so I'm going to try kicking the throttle up a little bit. I'm going to kick the throttle up to 1/3. I'm sorry. I'm going to kick it up to 2/3. Just arbitrarily. Arbitrarily. We're going to see what this does. All right. See what happens. Uh-oh. Did it wrong. Did it wrong. All right. So we want to switch these stages. That's what we want. Okay. Okay. I read the story about the first Polaris missile that all the stages fired at once. Oh my, oh my. Okay, let's save this baby. Let's save this. Okay, let's take it out to the pad again. let's see what she does, huh? All right, so that didn't work. Oh my. All right, so trying to figure out what I need to do here. Think. Trying to remember how to do this. I used to know how to do this. I used to could do this. Oh, for the love of Saint Gulick. Oh, let me think. I'm just going to go out to the pad. Instead of hitting it twice, I'm going to hit it once. Just to see what the hell happens here. Okay, just once. So you hit it once and it decouples. All right. Hit it once and it decouples. Is that what we need? Yeah, more testing is required. Much more testing. And this is where, I forget how this stuff is done. I don't know. I may need to go back into the testing scenarios. They might have something about multi-staging. Let's save this. What happens if I try to watch it this way? Oh, let's see. No, that got me in the same situation I was in before. So let's revert to flight, and then you're telling me want the bottom engine and the arms to release at the same time, and that's what I thought I was doing here. And then I thought number 0 over here was the second stage. But I guess that's not what's happening. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this is save decated. I'm going to back out of here. I'm going to quit to the main menu, and I'm going to go into the training and see if they have anything about multi-stage. what happens here? I want to see what's happening. It's going to take me. It's going to take me a little further. Okay. No. There we go. Switch. Switch the engines. Okay, now here, here we have. Yeah, okay, down at the very last over here, we've got that stuff going on. Oh. Okay, so wait a minute. That has the decouplers separate from the engines. Okay, so what I'll try then is gonna end and end. Then we're gonna resume saved and that'll do me nothing. But if you insist, they are the self-same engines. I'm going to try saving that. Yeah, why it fires the zero, why it fires the top before the bottom, I don't know. There is something I can do, but I'll not do that yet. All right, now I did save that, right? KerViking 3. Let's go into the pad and see if we'll blow up again. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what the hell did. Now I've got to play around with this thing to find out what the heck did it. Because I changed two things. And yeah, let's go back to the vehicle assembly building now. I had switched the engines. Okay, I'm not going to save this. I'm going to try to launch it the way it is and see if simply switching those engines did it. It should not have done it because they are exactly the same engine. That's weird. That is just totally weird. Just by switching those engines, I don't understand. It's the same damn engine. But we're going to find out what's going on. Okay, we're going to get ready on this space bar here. Yeah, I almost did forget the SAS, and I don't want to do that because I want the attitude to hold. Okay, so far so good. It's not barbecuing yet. I do not want it barbecuing. But the darn thing is, I'm not out of the blue. All right, now, yeah, that's roasting. So I wanted a little higher at staging. Yeah, I wanted out of that blue area. All right, so I'm just going to revert. Okay, wait a minute. We're going to revert to launch. Do I want to turn on sticky keys? No. Get that out of there. I don't want any of that crap. I don't like Windows anyway. Okay. We're going to try that up there. And I don't know, maybe I need another fuel tank. We're going to find out. Um, all right. Toggle that. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on, you can do this. Am I going to run out of fuel? Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. All right. Okay, so that's, yeah, I still don't like that. All right, so I'm going to add a fuel tank. Revert to vehicle assemblage. Okay, so let's pick that up. No, 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 no. I wanted that. That's what I wanted. Ah. Yeah, okay, let's see how that works. Let's see if that does it for us. All right, and then... All right. Okay, we're going to do that. No, you moron. You don't... I don't want that any... I hate this goddamn toy. I like real operating systems. Okay. See how she does, huh? See if this is going to have enough gas to get us out of the blue. It's looking fair. I hadn't been looking at the speed, unfortunately, so I don't know exactly what's happening. Um, oh, ja kada seda malekopotient ja kada seda verodie, and I have no idea what I just said. Okay, could this do it? Could this do it? Could this do it? Oh my word, look at that. All right, now we're looking. Yes, this is what I was after. This is what I was after. Okay. Yeah, hey, all right. Now let's see what she does. Damn it! Well, okay, maybe I have to put up with that. Maybe I just have to deal with that. I don't know. All right, shut down. Okay, so this puppy says that we're gonna go to 1,743 kilometers. That's a hell of an epilepsis. All right then, yeah. So we more or less had a partial fulfillment of mission objectives here. I'm just sitting back here, by the way, and what do you have, huh? Totiakara. So that goes bye-bye. All right. User in timeout. Hide user. Okay, then. Okay, battery burned out. So, yeah, if I want to carry any payload, I'm going to have to throw on some battery power here. No problem, no problem. Where is my, oh, God. May I suggest to any and all who are listening in, don't get old. It's not worth it. I do not like being old. Even less do I like being broken. So, what did I have? I had 3 tanks. Plus, okay, 1 tank. No, 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 no. Let's, no, 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 no. 3 tanks. And swivel. Plus 1 tank. And swivel. And that's 2 above 2/3. All right, it's looking fair. And I'm not even halfway to where I'm going. Hey, Junie, how you doing? Yay! Oh my, I'm just having some fun over here. Yeah, I'm getting close to the end of the line here. I think I'll let this baby crash, and then I'll go Betty bye, because I have to be up at 0500 to get to dialysis. You people with the functioning kidneys, I am jealous of all of you. Junie, you don't plan on getting past 46. Where are you now? 44? Oh my. I don't know how the hell I got where I am. I really don't. Um, Oh my, Jenny, do you know about something called the Name Change Project? Um, in certain U.S. cities, you can get on a list and actually get legal assistance pro bono. But the thing is, it's not available everywhere. I was lucky in that name change project assistance was available to me here in Pittsburgh. Let me see if I can find for you. Oh, here we go. Judy, give this a try. There you go. Give that a shot. And with any degree of luck, they offer assistance where you are. I forget where you are, and you don't have to state where you are if you don't want to. But yeah, the only thing I had to pay for was the fingerprinting. That cost me $40, and that was it. And it all in all went very well. I mean, that was the easiest part of my transition. Yeah. Now, my understanding is that Chicago. My understanding is that if you are, they provide help. They provide help in Cook County. You might want to talk to those guys. My understanding here is that if you are concerned for your health and safety, that you can actually get away with not publishing. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, holding your breath, you just might pass out no matter what happens. Yeah, as far as all that goes. But yeah, by all means, give them a ring at the name change project. See if they'll give you a hand. Because as I say, all I had to pay was $40, which was really nice because when I first started talking to people, this was back in what 2010, 2009. Um, yeah, that is. In most cases, it is an actual step in the process. As a matter of fact, um, you have to publish it usually in two newspapers of record. So, yeah. Hey, my pleasure, my pleasure. Always willing to lend a hand, really. I mean, if I've tread a path that the next person needs to tread, and if I can be of any help, I'm glad to do it. Really? Just make sure you get all the help you need out of me before I die of kidney failure, okay? Which ain't that far into the future, let me tell you. Oh my. But all right, yeah, we've got this over here. The apoapsis is at 1,700 some odd kilometers. With luck, with a modest payload, that might even get me to orbit because that's coming up soon. Not today, but it is coming up. I see we're down to one watching. Well, I don't trust YouTube's numbers because I've seen people talking in the side chat. You know, multiple people in the side chat, and YouTube tells me one person is watching. You, kiddiness, kiddiness over here. Yeah, and then the other whole testing thing and everything else that I'm going through right now is trying to get the fluid removal rate in dialysis adjusted so I don't cramp. So I tell you what, the cramping at the end of dialysis, oh God, that's painful. You're the kitty. You is the kiddiness. It is over here. The kiddiness. That is what is yes. You is to is into. Yeah. Oh yoy. Yeah, what am I doing over here? I just want to look at what's happening. Yeah, there I am. I'm in the corner. Kiddiness. That's the kiddiness over there. So, yeah, um, this is one hell of a sounding rocket right here. I don't know. I may just cut the mission short because it's almost 2000 hours here. Yeah. Oh, she and I have extended conversations. Rather like Miranda and I used to do. Yes, dear. What? What? You with that kiddiness. You is the kiddiness. You is the kiddiness. You is the kiddiness. You is the kiddiness. Yeah, we're still doing fairly well. Hmm. I might as well get used to this protracted stuff here. Because I tell you, when I get missions started to the other bodies in the system, it's going to take time to get there. And one of the things I learned the first time I was doing this stuff, doing that time warping stuff introduces problems of its own. So to stay on track, get things done right, you might as well just go in real time. Yeah, I'm not much of a game player. Um, Recently, I've picked up Risk. I play that as a solo, just to pass some time. But this is the first in a long time that I've done any game playing. And it's only because it's difficult for me to find a game that'll hold my interest. The the real-time multiplayer games I've tried, and it doesn't work out too well because you have to live at the keyboard. And at the time, I didn't have the time to live at the keyboard. And at the moment, I just don't have the endurance, if you want to call it that, to live at the keyboard. And besides, I have to bleed into a machine for 4 hours every other day. Oh, yeah, speaking of bleeding into a machine, I don't think I logged this cup of coffee. Let me go get my other laptop. Honey, what? What are you up to? What are you doing? I need to go get my laptop. Oh God! Oh God, I'm old. I'm very old. I don't like being old. Where did I put my laptop? Oh, I know where I put it. It's over there. I know where I put it. There we are. I absolutely well, if I keep doing this, I will start a separate gaming channel. I just don't know, how many people are actually going to want to watch me do things very differently to the way they do them. Because when you're in the game world, you always have to do what everybody else does, and oh my! All right, so oh yoy, oh bless you, moi. Actually, I have two spreadsheets to go on this one here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Um, what, honey? All right, so that's 1,300 milliliters of fluid today on that spreadsheet. Now we're going to go to the February spreadsheet. Oh. Okay, so there's there, and my anticipated weight for tomorrow is 88.4 kilos. Which is above the target I had set. I'm way above my dry weight. Yeah, this one does pretty well. I built this one. It's amazing though. I built this one for price rather than performance. This is my older machine, the one I built in 2015. Now, when I was doing video editing and stuff like that, this couldn't hack it at all. I ended up building my broadcast machine. Built that 2018. But between the two machines, I bet, yeah, it's not that difficult. Really, it's not, honey. The worst of it is deciding which components to use. And I decided that, well, I've been building my own machines for, let's see, well over 20 years now. The worst of it is deciding which motherboard, CPU, and RAM go together. And there are sites that will help you do that. The motherboard makers, as a matter of fact, will actually have tables. Where you can look up what you're thinking of using and see if it'll go together. I mean, there's a knack to it, don't get me wrong. And I've made a couple expensive mistakes. But for the most part, it's not all that bad, really. Find somebody who's been down that road and can give you a hand with picking out parts. And I know I'm getting myself into trouble here, but that's yeah, you don't be afraid to ask for help, really. Um, but the reason I like to build my own machines is that I will stick into that case stuff that you just don't find in a machine that you buy from Best Buy. Um, the one I'm using right now, the one I'm running on right now, has the motherboard. It has the CPU. It has a bit less RAM than it really should have, but I don't know if anybody even makes the RAM anymore, so I don't know if I can buy the extra. But what it has is 3 disk drives. There's a 1 terabyte disk drive for WinShit. Then there's a 1 terabyte disk drive for the operating system side of Ubuntu Linux, and then a 6 terabyte disk drive for the data. And you try to buy 8 terabytes of disk drive over 3 drives in a pre-built machine, it's going to be like buying a car. Because I've gone looking, and when you can get something, you'll end up spending $3,000 or $4,000 for the machine I built for less than $800. So this other one, the one I use on Sundays and Tuesdays, I built that one for performance rather than price. So I ended up spending about $1,200 to build it. But it's doing me pretty good. I mean, about the only reason I would consider building another machine is to get functional Bluetooth, because unfortunately I can't get Bluetooth working in either of these machines. Did not come built into the motherboard, and it simply will not take add-on. And then there's this cat. I wonder what it would take to build a Bluetooth capable cat. You think you could get set up for Bluetooth? Kittiness? You're the kitty. Yes, you is. You is the kittiness. She's the kittiness. Yeah, this is the stuff, where they would take you back to the regularly scheduled programming on CBS. And then give you the space alert. I prefer building to buying it pre-built, yes. Now, there are people I know that prefer buying it pre-built, and the reasons they usually give me are that they don't have the time or the inclination to do the building. I understand. I get it. Not everybody has the inclination. Not everybody has the time. But for my purposes, I've been doing it for 20 years. The first machine I built in 98. Yeah. So I've been at this for 24 years. And that's why I don't mind doing it. Because I've done it so much. Oh, wow, it's taken a good long time to get to the Apo. Yeah, they say 3.5 minutes to go. Yeah, we may, we may cut this mission early because allegedly it's going to be almost a half hour to impact. And yeah, that gets boring for a lot of people. I mean, me, I could just sit here and do it. I have no problem. And then you, yeah, you want to go into space? I send you into space. Cat in space. Yeah, oh, and by the way, yeah, while we're doing this over here, let me just go over to Chrome. And let me go to, yeah, here is what I'm basing this whole thing on. This was the Viking series of sounding rockets that the Naval Research Laboratory was flying between 1949 and 1955. Now what I'm after, yes, dear, what? We have over here, it went from Viking 1, which was just, fly it into the air and hope everything was good. But, these first two flights were, figuring out what was going on, how to go about it. By the time you got to Viking 12, you were testing the re-entry vehicle. And then 13 and 14 were not part of the program officially, but they were looking at Project Vanguard, getting the parts in order, getting everything ready to go for Vanguard, which was the one that spectacularly blew up. In I think it was 1958. Get this over here. Piece of candy. It helps a little bit. It's not perfect. Let me get over here. Yeah, let me go over to the game. There we are. Ah! We've reached epilepsis. How do you like that? All right, so yeah, in my notebook here, I've got throttle settings for vehicle configurations. What I want to do next is see if I can carry some ballast to simulate a payload. yeah, simulate that payload, and then see about getting it into orbit. What I don't like is the idea of putting a probe together because these KSP people are not very good about aerodynamics. Just trying to find a probe and a payload shroud that work together. Now I'm just gonna have a look over here. You can go to a map. Where are you? Get over here. Find a probe and a payload shroud that work together. There we are. There we are. Ha! God, we're halfway to moon. Yeah, we are halfway to the moon. But here, here is where here's where I'm looking to go. And then there's more stuff beyond. There's Minmus. That's Carbon's other moon. And then what have we got beyond that? A lot of unknown stuff. But yeah, look at all that stuff to explore. So we'll get to working on that stuff. Give it time. Get there. All right. But we're just we're sticking close to home here. There, look at that, huh? All right. Doing fairly well. Doing all right. Okay. What I want to do, I want to look at some ballasts, see what that can carry as far as a payload is concerned. Next thing I may do, I may start fooling around with autopilot. Because trying to do all this stuff manually works a lot better with flight computer than it does with sliders. What can I say? It's just the way it works out. Yeah, it will take some time, definitely. I don't mind. Um, I don't have a president giving me a directive to have it done in an insanely short period. It's amazing, though. I've read Gene Kranz's book, and the way he describes it, Kennedy made his speech before the joint session of Congress. And he issued the directive to land a crew on the moon, return that crew safely to Earth before the decade was out. So, that was, before the end of 1970. And as far as most people count, they were thinking, before the beginning of 1970. And remember now that Kennedy delivered that speech in 1961, or possibly 1962. I'm not sure. I can look it up, but you had an 8-year period to get this thing done. And the people at NASA were looking at each other and said, he's got to be crazy. But they also said, okay, that's what he wants, that's what he's going to get. And they delivered. That's the damn thing. Came at a high cost. They almost didn't make it. But they got there. They did it. Let me look this up just for the heck of it. Uh, Okay, let's see here. Ah, there we are. 25 May 1961. Remember, 25 May 1961, the only the only person the U.S. had put anywhere above the Kármán line was Alan Shepard 2 weeks before. Well, 10 days. No, I'm sorry. No, Shepard went up May 5th, so not quite 3 weeks. It's amazing, though, that yeah, I've had to deal with those people. I have actually run into those people face to face on the street. And they will happily say, "Oh, it never happened. It never happened." Excuse me. I happen to know personally much of the people who got that done. This is what happens when you're in in one of the couple of the Facebook groups. There's one called Space Hipsters. There's another one called Mercury, Gemini, Apollo History, I believe, is the name of it. But as members of those groups are many of the engineers who were in the mission operation control rooms, were some of the families of astronauts who went up there, some of the astronauts themselves. I've spoken to Chris Hadfield. He's a real sweetie. I've spoken to Dion Stafford, Tom Stafford's daughter. She's got some stories about her dad. I've spoken with the daughter of the helicopter pilot, the Marine helicopter pilot who picked up the Mercury astronauts after splashdown. Wayne Coons' daughter I've spoken to. She's a sweetie as well. I really need to get back out there. I haven't been in those groups lately. I've been away from Facebook. Facebook's a cesspool. And then when the kidneys went on me, I just fell out of everything. But no, now these people, and you hear their stories, and that's how the hoaxers sound so full of shit. It would have taken a lot more to perpetrate those hoaxes than it did take to get the job done. And the other set of people that really, really burned my ogfu are the flat earthers. I mean, I have come to the conclusion that it's got to be the case that they are in it just for the attention. I mean, you've got to be pretty screwed up in the head, as far as I'm concerned, to actually believe that stuff. But then you've got guys like Spirit Science, Jordan Dubnitz or Jordan Pierce or whatever the hell his name is this week. Um, purports to believe everything, especially the things that contradict everything else he believes. But I hear him talk. No, they won't agree with this game at all. Nope. But then you got guys like Jordan. Um, he goes on about smoking DMT, and he's got his little pet name for it. What the heck does he call it? Plant medicine, I think, is what he calls it. The little euphemism, So he's coming off as a hippy dippy character. So for all I know, he could believe all this bullshit. And if he does, he's got to be really, 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 really screwed up. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here, there is that possibility that I could carry some payload. With this thing as it is. I'd like to give it a try. Yay, all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, we're just looking at all that and everything. And oh, yoy. I tell you, some of those people really burn my butt. I started reading a book with my intention. My intention was to review the book, but it's just one big screed, and I don't know where to start. It's a book called Trans, When Ideology Meets Reality, by a moron by the name of Helen Joyce. Let's see if we can. There we are. Yeah, this thing over here. And this person's really, really messed up. Perhaps I can try to review this book in the manner that Steve Shives used to review books with that An Atheist Reads series that he used to have. back when he had decent content. I just might have to just read through it and complain about it as I read through it. Having pronouns is like being in a cult. Oh, please. Do these people even know what a cult is? I mean, would they know the bite model if it came up and bit them in the arse? Okay? Really? Oh, we're getting there though. Okay, okay, we're starting to click the mileage meter here. You know what I'd like, and this game doesn't have, is multiple pads. I remember the first time I was playing with this game, I actually did fly a mission to Minmus and had to warp the clock incredibly to get the correct alignment for an efficient transfer orbit. And I didn't find out what was necessary until went out to the pad. Blood sacrifice is okay, pronouns not okay. Yeah, that's basically the way it works. Yep. Yeah, everybody else who's here listening, yeah, you're listening to a lot of other stuff besides the game. Oh well. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, now we're doing some serious falling. Well, yes, surely I'll count comics as books. I've got a book to suggest to you. It isn't written yet, but it will be allegedly. Um, Kate promises that once she's released the Quinn Redshift film, she'll continue it as a graphic novel. So you might want to consider that. I certainly hope that she does as much as she wants to do with that, and gets out of it as much as she wants to get out of it. I certainly hope so. She's putting a hell of a lot of work into it. The last thing I want to see is her heart broken over it. Because I mean, the clips and stuff that I've seen so far, she does damn good work. Okay, okay. Yeah, Kate's not giving us a release date yet, but the way it's sounding, I'm hoping that the film's out by the end of the year. That wouldn't be a bad thing. It'd be a darn good thing. Oh man, look at those reels spin, will you? Falling at almost 1.5 kilometers per second. And then there's this cat who is not falling at 1.5 kilometers per second. Yes, absolutely she is. As I say, she's damn good at it too. She's been committed to that for years. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how long she's been at it. Only, only she could tell you, I think. Oh my. But that's amazing, though, that this particular configuration, uh, this KerViking 3 configuration, got us halfway to the Mint. Yeah, but let's see about getting us out there and getting work done. Getting some real work done. Oh, what you got on the egg thing over here? Is this og on the egg? Yeah, okay, it's egg on the og. All right, I felt it do its little thing. See if it turns on. Probably won't. It's a crappy piece of shit phone. Jesus Christ, it's taken long enough to wind up. Okay, come on, you. We can do this. We can do this. All right, there we go. Now let's go there. Oh my. No. Jesus Christ, this phone doesn't know how to behave. No, this thing is being a pain in my arse. Okay, is it gonna work now? Okay, there it goes. Shete perota belko jene petitie. Neda paroda koporotie yagara soto patienti a corosante menkeranye. Naloka yakanimina. Ero kota peride kereta ta stopolo kota patia. Honey. Oh. Okay, there's there. So wait a minute. Come on, no. Come on. I don't even know why I keep I don't even know why I keep this phone. Oh, right, it blew up. Mm. There we go. Okay, so now that's done and that's blown up and everything. I didn't even get to see it. Oh well. It is the fufu and the fifi. Yeah, this is a beautiful phone that I got. It cost me all of $80, I believe. Um, doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's good. I like it. I do. Okay, so now we close. So we are going to uh, we're going to revert to vehicle assembly. That's what we're going to do. Oh, it blew up because it re-entered the atmosphere at high speed. I expected it to blow up. Okay, there we go. So now we've got that done, and we've got pretty well where we would like to be right now. Um, we've gone through 3 vehicle configurations. One of them was 2-stage, which looks like it could carry some payload. So the next time around, just might try to carry some payload to orbit. So I hope you guys didn't mind the whole boring thing here, because like I say, it's not a pretty thing going to Minmus or anything like that. It's just step by step, piece by piece. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of here. It's 20-30 hours here. And I'm going to head to bed so I can get to dialysis tomorrow. Not my idea of a good time. But if I don't do it, I'll die. And I haven't decided whether or not I want to die right now. I don't know yet. But we'll just go from there. But thanks for putting up with me. And to any and all and everything else, I'll just say thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.